In this next part, we're going to be making some pretty hardcore changes here. And to start off, we need to make this template be able to talk to Joomla in the Joomla way. And really what we're going to be doing is getting rid of this entire head section here. And you notice here on the top I have a Joomla Solutions tab. I've downloaded this from joomlasolutions.com. It saves a lot of time because you don't have to memorize or have to consistently type out all your different Joomla PHP scripts that are commonly used. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to knock out this head section here all the way out, so now I don't have a head. And the Joomla Solutions extension, Dreamweaver extension, has a button here that says Insert Head Code. So let's click on that, and you'll notice it inserts everything that's related to Joomla that we need. But if you'll notice over here, it deletes our CSS link, so we can just reattach it, reassign it, for now anyway. Which it creates this link, but we can later delete that because the link for the CSS now is dynamic here in our href globals mosconfig live, and then here's our CSS file. So we can delete this later, but for now we need it so we can see how the styling goes. And our first big thing is, just walking in order, is our My Website up here. We're going to knock that out because we don't need it. And instead I'm going to insert the title. And if I click on that, you'll notice a PHP tag shows up right here. But I'll show you in the code view. In between our title here that was there, we have our mosconfig site name. So inside your configuration file in Joomla, whatever you have called your website, it's going to show up right there. And the next thing is knock out the slogan over here. So we can go down here to our div ID slogan, you'll notice here, and highlight it. And I'm doing this in code view so you can see the two different ways you can use it. And insert our date, which is right there. Save it out. And now there's our PHP tag for our date. So the next thing we need to do is knock out this left column over here, which is fairly easy to do. We're just going to highlight everything. Knock it out. And we want to go ahead and get rid of, let's go ahead and get rid of this left column here. We've got to clear up these tags. Here we go. So it looks like we've knocked it out. Let's make sure, double check. And you'll notice there's a couple things left over here in this UL or unloaded list thing. We don't really need any of this, so we're just going to knock it out. And we're going to insert our left module position. And we're going to add a styling of -2. If you've watched some of the other tutorials on beautyanddesign.com, you'll know what this means. But if you don't, we just want our left column to be outputted in a div layer instead of a table. So if you want to know more about this, you can go to joomla.org and click on the Help tab, and you can understand more about how this outputs into CSS div styling rather than a table. But that's what we're going to do for that. Save that out. And the next thing is our main body here. And I'm going to just highlight everything and knock it out. Looks good. Let's double check everything. Let's go ahead and knock out this curious too. So inside this right content here, we can add the main body, which is going to be anytime your content items show up or anything like that. But actually above that, I want to add another module position, and I'm going to call it user 1, and again, comma, -2, and then something below it too. That way if I want to put something above the content like a banner, or below the content, which will be user 2, I can do that without any trouble. Save it. And now we pretty much have an optimized Joomla template.